Hi, I'm Streaky from Streaky.com. Today I give you the secret of professional fades. So fades, not the most interesting subject, but it needs to be addressed because it is a fundamental thing for most music. To get out of a track, maybe into another track, you need to use fades. Now, there are certain fades that I use on every single fade. Well, I only use one fade. So it is a cosine fade, which basically is that kind of scoop. Now, the reason why I use that is because if you use a fade that's straight down, you usually get a bit of drop off at the bottom. You want it to sound natural. Now, most tracks from a pop side of things, if you're doing a natural fade, it's usually over about 15 seconds is a really good fade with a cosine. That tends to work really well. I always leave fades so that it feels like somebody wants more. So as the track's fading down to nothing, you can it's not tailing off to nothing at all. It's kind of like the next thing you hear, it's not the end of the track, it's kind of the start of the next line. So what that does, it just keeps people's interest going, but it's sort of fading out slowly. Now, people used to do very quick fades. Quick fades don't work that well. You're better off doing that 15-second fade. The only reason to use other types of fade, apart from a cosine fade, or an S-curve, I think it's called, on Pro Tools, you would use another one if you're trying to be creative with your fades. If you're trying to do fades in and out of tracks, or if you're trying to chop stuff off, that's the only reason to. But from a mastering point of view and from doing your tails on tracks, it's definitely a cosine, and then you've just got to listen to the entirety to make sure that it's not dropping off at the end, and leave it so people are wanting more, basically. That's the best way to do it. So another thing on fades while I'm here, there is a old urban studio myth of a guy who was a professional fader. Now this guy apparently, and anybody that's in America or works in the music industry or has done for a long time, I'd love you to tell me whether this urban myth is true or false. And please put it in the comments if you've heard about it before. There's a guy called A Bag of Donuts, and he was a guy that came in with a fader that he plugged into the desk. This is in the days before you had computers and stuff. The fades used to have to be done on the fly. So as they're in the studio with the 2-inch tape, they'd just fade it down as they were cutting to the vinyl. So you always had to have like quite a steady hand. I used to have to do that a lot. And so you kind of got into this whole kind of groove, and then you kind of pulled out. So it was kind of like an art form back in the days before computers, so 70s, 80s, 90s. And this guy, Bag of Donuts, used to come in with a fader that was like imagine an aircraft pulling in. So it's like he had a big fader handle. And he used to come in, plug into the desk, and as the fade's coming in, he would then just pull the fade back. He would eat donuts. He was a big fat man, and he used to get paid in donuts apparently, or maybe not, maybe he actually got paid. But I think he was supposed to work with Quincy Jones a lot and Michael Jackson. So if you know anything about Bag of Donuts, if it is true, if you've got a picture of Bag of Donuts with his incredibly big fader, that'd be great. But yeah, that's it. That's all I know about fades. If you've got any things that you think would be handy, please put them in the comments. Please ring the bell down on the subscriptions, because I know a lot of people watch but they haven't subscribed. So please subscribe so that you'll get notified when I'm putting a video up. If you've got this far and you want me to master for you, there's also a code below, and go to streaky.com and sign up for the emails, and then you'll get the monthly newsletter from me telling you all kind of good stuff and discounts and stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.